Welcome back. Last episode of voiceovers, so the commentary is going to be very light, but I will be back with the full mic in the next episode, I promise.
Ah, can you feel it? The ethereal currents swirl here with unrealized potential, most likely drawn by the stone itself.
Our calling our pledge. Those new to our order often ask me, what does it mean to be a spirit warden? This confusion is understandable. Azura offers guidance, but not always in the ways we expect. She has spoken to me twice in my lifetime, but then only in silken whispers, barely audible in the night. The dream shard is Azura's gift, as is the dreamless potion we drink every night. Azura foresees a time when Vermina, mistress of nightmares, will unleash a plague on our province, a plague of madness. Countless innocents will die unless we stop it. The dreamless potion protects us from Mina's madness, only so we may protect others. Those afflicted souls driven mad by their dreams and their victims. When the time of the plague comes, we must stand against it. This is our calling from Azura and our pledge.
Good find, cohort.
Make better choices!
Here comes that stroke of luck I was counting on. I was starting to doubt Captain's story, and you come sauntering up like some hero from the stories. It's perfect. That nasty slaving outfit you embarrassed at the lighthouse. They took over this village, and they've got the rest of our crew.
You want help freeing your friends?
We're their only hope. But I have a simple plan. Fun, too. The Dark Elves outnumber us by a little. Actually, a lot. So first, you should create a diversion by setting fire to their tents and the stolen goods on the dock.
Makes sense, then what?
Well, my sailors are locked up in a cave behind the town. But the slavers' leader, Majad Ka, keeps the key in a house he's commandeered. So you'll need to steal the key first, then go down and free the guys. Guess it's not that simple, is it? Well, the last thing I want is for you to go running in there unprepared. Might end up getting jumped by Majad Ka and get locked up with everyone else. The main thing is just to light the fires, though. Is that what you wanted to ask about? You're not thinking about taking him on, are you? That's one crazy Khajiit. He was actually a slave himself, but turned on his masters and took over. Killed his competition and became some kind of slaver king. Trust me, light the fire, distract him.
Ebullition!
It burns! Put it out! Help! It burns! Put it out!
free at last. Onward and upward.
Over here, please.
Freedom! Kill a few more slavers for me, friend.
You saved my life.
Hostilities ended. Now to relax.
It was Majad Ka. He saw me trying to escape. I thought he had me, but then Elvira stepped in. That girl's got sand, but she's no match for Majad Ka. He dragged her off toward the beach. You have to help her. He got me, but it's not bad. Just need to get my bearings and I'll be fine. Go after Elvira. I couldn't live with myself if that monster Majad Ka killed her.
Make better choices. A most gratifying resolution. Quality material makes for quality goods.
And I said this would be fun. Let's get out of here, come on! That almost wasn't as fun as I expected it to be. Thank you for coming after me. Regardless, I owe you one. That was something, wasn't it? The fires, the slavers running everywhere, getting all the guys free. Quite an adventure. Hope I see you again, friend.
Your accomplishments just compound one upon the other. What will we learn today? Confound it! Feisty! Good find, cohort.
So the gist of this letter is that the Mages Guild hired people in this mine to get special gems, especially geodes, because they want to use it for a magical experiment, and they're telling the miners that they have to be very specific in the type of geodes they send, but if they don't send the correct one, then they will not get paid, is the gist of this note.
A prosperous discovery.
My more as many eyes!
Light it up!
Opportunity to seize territory in the Daggerfall Covenant has presented itself. There's a cave not far offshore that sees little traffic and features no one to oppose us. If we can take this cave, we will have a staging ground within striking distance of the town.
Mora's twitching tentacles. I'm glad that's done.
The gist of this note is that the Mages Guild is unhappy with what they're getting. They're not even getting enough geodes. They only got 3, and none of them were working. They were saying that the geodes is the best way that they can think of to make soul gems, but that sounds weird to us because we know that soul gems don't work in spherical geodes or in a sphere shape. So we know that something's fishy with what's going on with this note. But yeah, that's what the gist of this one is.
This is taking forever. Divergent point! Ha! Free at last. Please, somebody, come to my aid!
The Mages Guild had supposedly, at the start of the note, had sent someone named Jiria to the miners to this mine to help get those spheres that she wanted. But the miners are now aware that something is weird and that this contract that they have going between them is not right. And he's being told that they're not going to get paid even though they delivered the goods. But we just killed Jiria. So we know that Jiria is not part of the Mages Guild, and that is suspicious. Now, it could be that the Mages Guild really did send somebody, but this Jiria took their place. It's going to be my guess. But there's nothing else in this mine to tell us that.
Libations are on
we're
you
just
next time.
making that assumption.
Ha! Going to need a moment. Not a young man. Any more? I need some tea. Someday you'll make something surprising with that. We can use this. These mages are all the same. Vainglorious and sophomoric. Spell artisans of the lowest order.
I heard someone was down there teaching the slavers a lesson. I'm guessing you're that someone. Any signs they're planning something else? They attacked the lighthouse, but why? That doesn't make any sense. Can I see these plans? They put out the lighthouse signal fire so ships would crash on the rocks. Damn it! That could have been much worse, I'm sure. I'm glad you were able to stop them. Thank you for letting us know.
Hurry now.
You did it. You even got him home in time for dinner. It weighs heavily on a mother's heart to worry about her son. I can't thank you enough. I'll never forget what you've done for us. I hope someday my little Lucas grows up to be like you.
The lengths I go to for a free breakfast of biscuits and jam. My mother can be a hassle sometimes, but it's a small price to pay to have someone else wash your small clothes.
This is insane! Whoever you are, you've got to help me. I know what this looks like, but I can assure you, I have committed no crime.
Then why are you in the stocks?
The local constable is apparently 2 arrows shy of a quiver. The town was attacked by slavers, and he's accused me of being involved. I am a Knight of the Flame for Mara's sake, sent here to help secure the village.
Does he have any evidence against you?
Just that I arrived in town right before the attack. It's absurd! Nerves are on edge at the castle, so I was sent to help protect the village. A messenger should have arrived ahead of me, but Constable Pascal says he never received the message.
Alright, I'll go talk to the constable.
I'm glad you came along. The constable's down by the docks. If he won't listen to reason, try to find the messenger from Alcaire Castle. He can explain everything. If you can get me released, the Knights of the Flame will be in your debt.
Is it possible you were set up?
I can't imagine who would do such a thing. If that is the case, though, someone needs to send word to the Knights of the Flame at Alcaire Castle.
What do you mean, not a...
The Knights of the Flame are sworn to defend Stormhaven from any who would do harm to the Bretons. But our primary duty is to protect the royal family. High King Emmerich, of course, and his brother, Duke Nathaniel, at Alcaire Castle to the north.
You don't have an answer for that, do you?
Indeed. All kinds of rumors, spies at court, an attempt on the Duchess's life, an army of Red Guards with orders to storm the castle. Sir Hughes, the head of the Knights of the Flame, sent me here to make sure the village remains secure.
Pascal has always been gruff, but just below the surface, he was a gentle man. I simply don't understand what's happened to him.
Prices have never been better.
Guards! They killed them all! Those Daedric filth killed my entire patrol. And they dragged me off and threw me into a nightmare. Vermina. They kept saying Vermina. High King Emmerich needs to know about this cult. With their nightmare magic, these Daedric madmen could plunge Stormhaven into chaos. But you, thank you for saving me. As soon as I recover, I'm going to Wayrest. I have to warn the king about these people. These supernal dreamers. I don't know, but it can't be good. They're up there calling on Vermina, the Daedric Prince of Nightmares, putting me to sleep and talking about summoning something. If it's what I saw in my dreams, it's something terrible. Without a doubt, I even heard King Emmerich's name. We need to warn him. We need to warn everyone. I told the village constable, but he's more worried about these slavers. He doesn't understand. These people worship Vermina. No more than most men. She's the Daedric Prince of Nightmares and Evil Dreams. She's horrible, but some people actually worship her.
Don't say that too loud. I heard Sabisa was once quite a swordsman.
I'm just joking around. I'm a happily married man.
You know, underneath all that steel, that knight actually has a pretty attractive figure.
Giles, the other day I was drinking in a pub in Sentinel, and a Breton sitting next to me started talking about politics. I know how much you miss drinking out on the front lines, and believe me, the first few rounds are on me when you get back. But you can't probably miss listening to some drunken idiot argue about politics. So this Breton, he starts getting really loud, and he rants about all the reasons we're at war with the Aldemiri Dominion. He talks about economic factors, he talks about resources, and he talks about crafting. The guy goes on for what seems like forever, and that's when he stops to take a drink, which was long enough for me to say 2 words. You're wrong, because this guy doesn't know a bloody thing about what's like fighting the Dominion. Out on the battlefield, they don't care about economics or resources or religion. You're out there for one reason, to kill them before they kill you. Everyone else here knows the truth. For all their lofty elven pretense, the Aldemiri Dominion only really cares about one thing: conquest. Though they do have standards, they only want to conquer the non-elves, like us. So I told that drunken fool the same thing you told us. Without soldiers like us standing between them and the imperial throne, the elves will push and push and push until they hold everything from the shores of High Rock to the heart of Cyrodiil. Any Altmer who looks at Breton, he's going to see a human. Any Altmer who looks at a Redguard like me, well, there's no way around it. He pretty much knows I'm a Redguard. And there's no mistaking an orc. Ain't none of us elves. Life is getting a little more relaxed in the city now, since everyone has pretty much accepted we're at war, but there's still the occasional high elf in the streets who can go about his business without a fight. It's still sane enough that you can walk around in public. Inside the city walls, I've seen a handful of high elves walking into the Mages Guild, selling their wares, and even ordering those fruity wines they like so much. And as long as the city watch is keeping the peace, we'll be peaceful. But when we're in the field, we don't hesitate. Everyone except that one loudmouth Breton I put in his place. Everyone knows we're here holding the line against the Altmer. And when we come back to town in one piece, we're going to be heroes, and we'll be shouting and drinking in that tavern. So you make sure you come back in one piece. Stay safe.
My brother joined that bad man cult. Word is they're all dead now. I never liked my brother much.
I don't understand the constable's reasoning, but I have enough sense to realize that something's not right here.
You're welcome to Coghlan Village, traveler, but you'll have to excuse me. No time for idle chat. The town's been attacked by slavers, and to make matters worse, they had help from people we would have expected to be on our side.
You're referring to the knight in the stocks?
Exactly. Everyone is all worked up because she's claiming to be a Knight of the Flame. I give her credit for a brilliant disguise, but I wasn't born yesterday. You didn't fall for her cockamamie story, did you?
She says there should have been a messenger.
Again, a very convenient lie. There was a messenger from the castle here, but he didn't say anything to me. He was over there by the warehouse when the slavers attacked. Those fancy clothes made him a target. They took him captive.
Where did they take the messenger?
Well, I got the town guard organized fast and had the slavers in full retreat. The cowards. They barricaded themselves in the warehouse, though. We're just going to starve them out. If your messenger's not dead, they've got him down there. Be my guest. Just don't expect any help from the guard. The slavers are like rats, quick to scurry back into a hole. But they fight nasty when they're cornered. The Dunmer crept up from the south and attacked in the dark. They killed the watchguard, but not before he sounded the alarm. We reacted fast. I had an uneasy feeling, so we were on alert. Lost a few good men, but the Dunmer lost more. It's possible, but we cornered most of the cowards and cut them down. The last dozen or so barricaded themselves in the warehouse. Current plan is to just starve them out. If your messenger's alive, though, they've got him in there.
Fear grips my heart.
Just try to get out of there. I dare you. I wouldn't feed your corpses to my dog.
Any sign of those slavers?
No, they've been quiet.
Be ready.
It's about time. I assume the Duke sent you? I am his personal messenger, you know. Well, what are you waiting for? Untie me! I had a message for the constable. Not that it's any business of yours. Sir Hughes of the Knights of the Flame sent me with clear orders. The message is for the constable's ears only. No, please, I'll tell you! Not like it's a really important secret or anything. Sir Hughes just takes himself a little too seriously. The message was just that Dame Dabienne of the Knights of the Flame was coming to help with security. No, I never got the chance. I had to talk to my friend first. Well, I didn't have to, I suppose. Anyways, that's when the slavers attacked. Will you untie me now? I'll go talk to the constable right away.
Swine, what are you hiding for?
Any sign of those slavers?
No, they've been quiet on this side. Haven't made a move.
Well, be ready. They're desperate in there.
This young man is lucky to be alive, though I'm not sure he realizes it. He told me about the message from the castle. The whole thing just seems a little too convenient, though, doesn't it? I can't release Dame Dabienne. Not yet.
Even with the proof of her innocence?
My duty is to ensure the safety of this village, and my gut's telling me that she's part of the threat. Too many coincidences. If we can get the village secure, we can revisit the matter. Right now, I need to deal with this ship.
What's your problem with the ship?
The slavers are on board. The captain claims he's not with them, but I know the truth. He's asking me to send the town guard to help him clear the slavers from below decks. It's clearly some kind of trap, and we're not falling for it.
What if he's telling the truth?
He's not, but even if he was, it wouldn't be my problem. My duty is to the village, not his ship. Bottom line, he needs to turn his ship around and head back out to sea. If not, we'll just sink it right here. That'll solve his slaver problem. You do that. Soon as we can ensure the town's in no immediate danger, we can talk about releasing your friend from the stocks.
Any sign of those slavers?
No, they've been quiet on this side. Haven't made a move.
Well, be ready. They're desperate in there.
I've never known fear like this.
Well?
In all my years sailing these seas, I've never received such ill treatment in a friendly port. My men lie here bleeding on deck and we are refused aid. This man they call Constable is the son of a dog. Or did he change his mind?
Constable Pascal says you're working with the slavers.
I'd sooner eat sand than do business with these Dunmer swine. I have explained this. Last night was dark. When I realized there was no beacon to mark the shore, I dropped anchor. The slavers came in longboats. They caught us unawares.
But you managed to fight them off?
It was a daring battle. The slavers outnumbered us 10 to 1, but we'd planned for this. We lured them below decks and sealed the hatch. Many men were lost, though. We here on deck are all that remain, and we need aid. Can you help us?
Do you have anything to prove your claims?
Yes, of course. I would gladly give my ledger over, but unfortunately it is below decks. This is why I've asked the constable to assist us in eliminating these Dunmer dogs, but he has refused. I'm afraid we're at a stalemate in this respect.
Let me go down there. I'll get the ledger.
You are brave, perhaps even a little foolhardy, but I like you. Though I fear for your safety down there, I will not stand in your way. If you return with the ledger, I will be forever in your debt.
Perhaps a tactical approach.
Constable says, be ready. He's got a plan.
The captain still refuses to leave? All right, then we'll do this the hard way. I'll call together the rest of the guard.
He's not with the slavers. This ledger proves it.
You have the ship's ledger? The captain said it was lost below decks. I'll have to study this, but I'll be honest, I'm extremely skeptical this will prove anything completely.
At least you can release the knight.
No, I'm sorry, we just can't take that risk. I dreamed about all of this, you see. The slavers, the ship, the knight, they were all working together. Even the blacksmith. I've known her for years.
The blacksmith is involved too?
Yes, Sabisa the blacksmith too. And I don't care how it sounds. Defending the village is the highest priority, and we need weapons for that. Sabisa is refusing to supply us. She's leaving me no option but to have her arrested. Actually, I prefer you didn't. I appreciated your objectivity at first, but I must admit I am beginning to question your intentions. I'd prefer if you simply left town. You don't know what you're talking about. Paranoid. If you saw what I saw, I dreamed about this. Every last detail. You think that was just a coincidence? No way.
If Constable Pascal sent you here with orders to open the forge, you can just turn around and head right back out the door. That man has no right to order me around, and I'm not about to issue weapons for his witch hunt.
I came with a warning. He's planning to arrest you.
Arrest me? That beef-witted bastard! To think I even cooked that man breakfast. What in oblivion's gotten into him? First he arrests a Knight of the Flame, and now me?
You two were close?
We were friends for years, and then one night... Well, I guess you don't need the details. For a month or two, I thought we had something. Then he just broke it off. Wouldn't even let me in his house to talk. He acted like I had betrayed him. He did? He was having trouble sleeping. You know, I saw one of those weird cult members leaving his house. The Supernal Dreamers. You don't think that has anything to do with this?
I should investigate the constable's house.
Good idea. Perhaps there's some indication of why Pascal's behaving this way. He's just not himself. I'll talk to some of the other townspeople. I bet some of them have noticed his behavior as well.
Found it! Come on!
Turns out that almost everyone in town thinks Pascal's been acting strange, even the guards. Did you find anything that explains his behavior?
There was a Dremora and this Daedric symbol on his bed.
Oh, my poor little Pascal. What a mess you've made. One thing's for sure. We need to put an end to all these wicked accusations he's been making.
And release Dame Dabian from the stocks.
Indeed. As I said, even the town guards knew something was amiss. I told them to be ready. I suppose Pascal will probably have to be restrained. Oh well. Best thing for unpleasant work is just to get it over with. Let's go.
For the love of Stendar.
Oh, my aching neck. I haven't been this sore in years. Oh, but freedom sure does feel good. This situation was more dangerous than I realized. You went way beyond the call of duty here, friend. I can't adequately express my gratitude.
I'm glad we straightened it all out, though.
Not as glad as I am, believe me. It seems I'll need to take over security here in the village. And with those slavers out there, I need to get busy. First, though, I'm gonna see if someone around here can give me a massage. The villagers may not realize it, but you saved this town from crumbling into chaos. I mentioned before that I came from Elcair Castle. The situation there is critical, and I think you might be able to make a difference. I could give you a list, to be sure, but my concerns are more general. There are rumors of assassins and spies in the castle, and as I was leaving, I heard something about a Red Guard army marching in that direction. Good question. We're all part of the Daggerfall Covenant, right? Maybe it was a false report. All the same, you should go. Talk to Messenger Courtier when you get there. I asked him to announce your coming to Duke Nathaniel.
Not so far.
I didn't want to do it, but it had to be done. I just hope he forgets all this when he gets back to his right mind. If he gets back to his right mind, I suppose.
Soon as you start talking sense, we'll let you out of there, honey. My poor, poor Pascal. I thought he was acting like a churlish teenager, but it turns out he was just under the influence of some evil curse.